see the mindset of a company and why an acquisition could be beneficial, the pros and the cons of it. And then the process of presenting, right? Phil said, hey, I want to, and this is the detailed reasoning in that email as to why Sega was a target was very intriguing to me. So it goes to show you what you said. Value proposition, what type of games they create. But the key thing seems to be mobile. Mobile attachment or component with it as well makes it exciting. It is interesting to see what smaller companies on that. I think interesting stuff.
Is it scary to you? Because what I see is a company playing with Monopoly money. Not literally being a Monopoly, but I'm thinking of just like, oh, what are fucking spend $100 million on this, and just go around the board again. Like, I am seeing that kind of energy, like, you see the emails, almost like a little shopping list, kind of like, let's go get Sega, like, let's go get this company out here. There's a real motivation to go out and just buy these companies outright. And when we see this list, it's en masse, and we already knew that, but I don't think we have a proper understanding of just how far running this list is and how many teams they're really looking at. So, is there any fear in Lord Acquisitions phase with how aggressive Microsoft truly looks to be with some of these acquisitions? Because to me, I'm generous to one like a Sega. But beyond that, to me, that's my mental line in the sand is to like, all right, you're out of publishers. You got your Japanese one, you got your big American one, and Activision, you got all the IP, you got Bethesda, you kind of your more like crafty, creative projects. You kind of have everything addressed. What else do you need? Where you start just running shit on your own. And I worry that Xbox could be the next Embracer Group in fairness. Like, I worry that we see what's happening with Embracer right now in real time. They're absolutely cutting parts of themselves off as we go day by day because they are too big. And I worry, I know Xbox has Microsoft at their back, but when we saw what happened with Redfall, I think that's just a kind of like a flare gun in the sky, like, watch out. See what can happen if we grow too big and we can't manage all these teams doing their own things. Because Xbox is in a rock and hard place. They need to start claiming content because they need to be Game Pass and they need to create an identity for their box that's missing. And I sympathetically get that. But at the same time, I have to look at beyond Sega, some of these other developers individually. I'm like, okay, we can make this work, but eventually it's like, how far do they want to go? And does it scare you? Because it does freak me out just a little bit, for sure.
Probably comes to that question. I'm definitely a different mindset. We gotta be honest. First of all, it's watching. So just because we're seeing it doesn't mean they're going to acquire everyone. I think that's where I disagree with people. I think there's a bit of fear mongering that, they're trying to just buy everything and the whole industry is in danger. Because everyone else is doing the same thing from the box. So let's just break it down from subscription service to what Disney is doing. Every aspect of entertainment tech, there's consolidation. And again, I'm not going to do whataboutism. But in the same token, your competitor is, first of all, you're in third place. Let's just be clear, right? Your competitor is also acquiring Housemarque, all these different studios, Bungie, all these different studios, right? Then on top of that, your competitor, right? First of all, you lost the generation of Sony is a household brand, period. If people think gaming, they think PlayStation. Let's just be clear. There's no ego involved here, or they think Nintendo. Xbox is not of that brand recognition. Sony themselves are on GQ. They look at themselves as bigger than that. So you have that battle, and you don't have the install base, which already see that when you try to say, hey, where's the Mega Man games for us? You know what I'm saying? You don't have no leverage, bruh, because you don't have the install base, you don't have the brand recognition, and guess what? We can guarantee ourselves to make a bigger profit with PlayStation. Let's consider publish our extra money, maybe you should pay us more. Right? Let's talk about the legality of the business of it. This is not always $1 trillion company. I'm just telling you that telling people So then here's the thing. Now you have a situation where not only your competitor has all these advantages over you, and let's be real, you make games better than you can't make games on your own. You've proven that. 3 or 4 because it ain't been proven to be, let's just negotiate.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Initiative, right? These are things I cannot
Talk about that.
right?
That's my other victory lap.
Hell yeah, you know that. We have, when it's yours, when it's just you, you are the one responsible to make it. You haven't had that track record, right? So to me, a sign of intelligence is getting and shoring up your weaknesses with people who actually do things better than you and leaving them alone. I've always said that. That to me is a sign of intelligence. Hey, I don't make, you know what I do? I make good beats. I make a good studio. When it comes to lyrics and making a game and making a song, I'm not good at that, so I'm gonna get the songwriter and say, hey, how can I make your life a bit easier? Because you are considered one of the best in the business. And guess what? We have a service. We content is my next point. Games are toy taking. I've already proven. Games are on both sides. Games taking 4 to 5 years. Forget 2, 3, 4 to 5. You can't have gaps like 2022 with all the studios that we have right now and still think you will survive for PlayStation. Last point. We have to be honest about talking about harming competition, right? And I understand from a fan, hey, you can't just keep buying every publisher. I agree. Like, at some point, there has to be a limit where you go. I'm with you on that. I'm unfair. But at the same time, your competitor is trying to erase you from existence. They are literally everything pop culture. They have the third-party exclusive or their name or marketing deal and have content excluded from you. Period. Right? How can you beat someone who has the brand recognition, makes games better than you, and takes everything that's hot away from you? Right? Bro, so there's a part of me that's like, if you are to take gaming seriously, at one point, we're sure. Like, yo, are they serious? Are they in it? Next one generation TV and film, that's why Phil is beloved, because Phil got to fight for society and say, no, you need to be involved, and thus you change your strategy. You can't out-console. You can't. Right? That's the mindset. These subscription service, let's flip this, let's get into cloud, let's get into PC, let's become a service kind of based industry. Guess what? Look at the numbers, and this is where I agree with Colin a lot. They are losing money. Like, let's just make this work. Like, short term, this plan that they're doing right now is losing money, but with the investment of what it could be. Right? There is risk. I'm not going to say there's not. But if they get what they want with the acquisitions and ownership, thus it puts them in a better position. There's risk with everything. I'm never going to say, oh, it's guaranteed, yo, they do rentals. You know what I'm saying? I'm never going to do that. But I understand the strategy and I do support it because, look, Sony, we're not going to sit here and act like they are the white knights here and this is the evil Microsoft doing. Bro, you're cutting people out of the game. You're not letting anybody breathe. You're making it such that no one can get that hot game because you and your market power is I've been with a the most gangster thing in this thing, in my opinion, is Bobby Kotick. Oh boy. He literally said, bro, if you don't bend the knee, Microsoft, and take this 80-20 split, be comfortable with moving off your platform. We got this conversation right here. And you understand what I'm saying? Because we could not live in a world where Call of Duty was not on our system. That's what Sony's, the power of Sony. We gotta stop with this. Both companies are going to, this is the last thing I'll say. You have to stop this virtuous thing I'm seeing. Wait, this one's doing it the right way, right? Both of them would like to get each other out of existence. Let's just be clear. Emails coming out. Both of them, if you put a good corporations go corporate. They want to be the number one de facto thing. So that part I'm starting to see, and that's pretty much the last thing of it. But I am passionate about the acquisition game because there's a part of me that, again, I always tell people what's the result. And when we talk about investment, right? You talk about, okay, all you gotta do is invest in yourself. What does that really mean? You're gonna invest. All you gotta do is just invest in the Under Labs and make it. Oh, I just want people to be realistic. That's all. I just had
Beautiful. Beautiful. We'll certainly talk more about these leaked emails. Let's talk a game announcement, I guess, right? Indiana Jones. There's a lot of division in the Xbox community. Will it or won't it be exclusive to Xbox and PC? It will. And this was one that I'm sure, I wonder if you're in the same boat. I was very confused at the conversation surrounding this game. People were saying, oh, it's not going to be exclusive. I don't think it'll be exclusive. I think like Jez, Special Nick of Xbox Era, kind of had like a back and forth about it. A lot of the Xbox community was like, no, they're not going to make it exclusive. And I never co-signed the why of it. I'm like, why wouldn't they? It's freaking Indiana Jones. Like, I look at the very obvious example across the pond. I look at PlayStation. I look at Spider-Man, the biggest superhero on the planet next to Batman and Superman. I look at something like Wolverine, another very prominent Marvel superhero. Exclusivity deals all around, baby. So Xbox just told me they can't lock down Indiana Jones. Because we said that originally it was playing multi-plat. It's now been renegotiated to be exclusive to the console alongside PCs thanks to the acquisition itself. So to me, I thought you gotta have an answer to what Spider-Man is doing. You have to have some sort of pop culture association. So I'm usually not rah-rah about exclusives. I've always said, keep repeating it. It's a thing I've been a defender of because you know what? They need to create an identity for the box. Just like PlayStation, just like Nintendo, these are what create the user base, right? And I think it's great that they're locking this one down because they need things like this. We have been, since this show's inception, even before COG was a host, I've been saying like they need to go get pop culture. They need DC, Marvel, Lucasfilm, whatever. They need stuff like that on their platform that is just theirs. That's how you create the more casual gamer coming in and saying, oh, I want that. They need more of that. So Indiana Jones, I think, is a good starting point. We'll see the quality of the product. But are you surprised by this revelation?
Only because I'm thinking that this isn't an exclusive, right? Like, I was surprised at the beginning that there was multi-plat talk about it when we first heard about the announcement of the game. It was part of me that if you look at the options, they themselves say, hey, we can't keep reporting to this out on pop culture type stuff, which I thought was interesting. And then two, it goes to show you that I thought the deal was done pre-acquisition in that whole, you know, Disney said, hey, it's got to be most like they approach Disney. And this is in fairness to Sony, this is what I will say. That if they want to bring this up and try to sway things their way, because if you would go to him, we're not sure what they're going to do with Call of Duty based on the inconsistency in, you know, that's the properties and, you know, well, Starfield is and this one is and that kind of thing. So if you want to go that route, look, when you own something about the firm believing like exclusive, you get to choose to do what you want to do with it. But I have to admit, and I have to learn, right, that Call of Duty is a generational type of game. So in that case, it will attract more because of the pure scale of it. I understand that. But yeah, I was surprised they did push me exclusive. I got a problem with it in terms of Indiana Jones because you need to, you know, establish. But I was surprised because even though I felt it was the right thing to do, I thought they may kind of concede to say, hey, the existing deal, you know, if it was like a, you know, multi-class situation, but we learned it is all about the exclusive.
I think it creates more sales for them, frankly. I know that sounds ridiculous, but I look at something like Guardians of the Galaxy, when there's brand fatigue, it doesn't matter how many platforms it's on, but when it's exclusive, there's a conversation, there's an excitement of, oh my god, I can only get this here. I mean, look how many copies Spider-Man is sold. It speaks for itself. I just think, I know it's Spider-Man, but I just think they see that this creates some type of excitement that when they're available everywhere, there hasn't been that level of success, right? So that's how I look at it personally. But let's go on to the next one. A private email exchange between Jim Ryan and former Sony president Chris Deering. And it was quite enlightening on Jim's trust is regarding Call of Duty exclusivity and the nature of Xbox's deal as well. Let's read Chris's first email and then Jim's response. Chris writes, Phil Spencer was on CNBC saying that the acquisition would cement Microsoft as a player in mobile games. Strike me more as a King play than COD, but King sold to Bobby for $5 billion and is now grown to be worth 50 billion euros. If it was an Xbox exclusivity play, Spencer could have locked up Microsoft console exclusivity for the next 3 COD releases for maybe $5 billion. Major cash cow will lure most of the talent to take the money and as fast as their contracts will allow, leaving Microsoft with a very gnarly management challenge. I mean, Ubisoft is smiling like a Cheshire cat. If this was a play to end on the PS5, etc., I think it was massively overvalued and will not meaningfully succeed. I guess Microsoft can away that kind of valuation without being more harmed than helped. But I am not losing allegiance over the future for our baby. I hope you agree. Cheers, Chris. P.S. They would have had better off announcing a new electric car. Here's what Jim says in response. It's not an Xbox exclusivity play at all. They're thinking bigger than that, and they have the cash to make moves like this. I spent a fair bit of time with both Phil and Bobby over the past day. I'm pretty sure we'll continue to see COD on PlayStation for many years to come. We have good stuff cooking. Keep your eyes peeled. I'm not complacent, and I'd rather this hadn't happened, but we'll be okay. More than okay. After all the kicking and screaming over COD, making those first puzzles, saying, Call of Duty is going to put us out of business, playing the victim, which both sides are guilty of. We see Jim's true feelings. This is of January 2022, so this was January 20th, 2022 to be exact. So this was fresh off the deal, when the emotions were the most raw. He's like, yeah, we'll be fine. And then since then, the narrative has changed dramatically. Now it's possible reality hit him, but more than likely, the politics of the situation, right? So what do you make of Jim's true stance here in this email exchange with Chris Deering? Your facial expressions are telling, so take the stage, sir.
Look, man, it was funny. I've been a defender of Joe Ryan a lot of times on Twitter. I've always found myself defending. I cannot defend. Like, you got caught. Like, this is explosive to me. Now, how much value does it play in the case? This is a political thing as far as I'm concerned. But this is, when I saw this was damning. Like, you literally, it was like, yo, bro, we got this, bro. Like, literally. Like, oh, that's what they did? Okay, you know what? I see it with the King situation, whatever, but we're good. To be honest, this was the type of energy I assumed from Sony, from the jump, the market leader, right? You have some of the best IPs in the game. Yes, this is a significant shift. I'm not going to say that, but you're not going to lose hope. That is the key. It's not going to be removed off. So if I had to guess, these are the true feelings. But what has probably happened since then is the revenue breakdown. And that's when this all comes to the screws. And hey, if I could correct this, maybe we stop this all together. Right? So,
Bring it dry.
Oh, yes! And with this, we gonna make it. We're gonna get as much as we can get out of this, and then we actually get this thing. So, bro, we all know this fraud. Look, this fraudulent behavior. This is why he gets the nicknames. I don't never, you know me, I never get into hyperbole, and I'm never calling someone flying, lying, all that stuff. You know, I know where that's going. But this is why you get fraudulent behavior. You literally, they got you in 4K. They got you in 4K, bro. Literally say, yo, this ain't nothing, we good. Why are we here then? So again, reality kicked in. You realize, I've always said you got strength out there. I knew you did. And you can remember, it's the key I'm going to say. PlayStation is synapse. It was everything. So if you play up to, oh my God, we will be horrible. You won't be able to exist. With your brand power and your influence, you could do things. And that's what
100%. Jim Ryan got caught with his pants down a bit here, and so did Xbox in some areas, but but here, man, it's very telling, and it's one of those things where because of the politics of the situation, you just can't say for sure. Like, to me, it's pretty damning to their argument for the last year or so. Like, you just look at that, just cuts it all out. But because of the politics of it all, we just know based off the times we thought we had something right and we were wrong, and the times we thought we had something wrong and we were totally right, that this could go either way, and that this email could matter at all, or it could be the biggest piece to Xbox buying PlayStation out of this courtroom and saying, like, yeah, you know what, like, this deal, we're not going to grant the injunction, it can go through. Of course, we'll see. We'll probably discuss that next week. But yeah, man, this is extremely well signed here, Paul. The man guy called this a fraudulent behavior. Now, I'm curious about this next one here because we're sticking with the Jim Ryan topic here. He said in a deposition back in April that if Microsoft's acquisition of Activision happens, Sony will not share any PlayStation 6 information with the Activision developer, saying that they'll not be able to share relevant future console info to a developer owned by a competitor. I think a little less fraudulent here. This makes sense, but given that Xbox wants to bring their games like Call of Duty over to PlayStation, I wonder if by nature of not having the development tools, you end up getting a kind of battle against the promises where you get the PS5 SKU that will upgrade to the PS6 later, and Xbox has the best version of Call of Duty by nature of what PlayStation's saying here, because Minecraft does not have an upgraded version over on PlayStation 5. It's the PlayStation 4 version, because PlayStation doesn't want to give console info over to Mojang, which is a Microsoft-owned studio. So I almost feel like we're starting to see where there may be some changes in the quality of these versions, potentially. Do you make the same of this? Is there any other takeaways from it?
You know, normally I'm down with Jim Ryan. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do understand it to an extent. I do understand it to an extent because it's like, yo, it's your competitor that owns them. And then they get the dirt on your new console. I do understand. Corporate Con understands. I understand. You know, but at the same time, it's like, you can't complain about an inferior version if you're not willing to give the dev kits up. Okay? So in fairness, I don't know how you can set up the protections there. It's a very sticky situation. In fairness, I understand both sides because Microsoft would say, look, we are going to give you parity. You need the dev kit. They're like, yo, we don't want to give you the dev kit because you can look behind and try to, you know. I get it. So that's something the courts are going to have to decide. I don't know what's fair. In fairness, there is territory. I will shout out my man, Patrick. You know, he made a fact. He's very outspoken. I love him as the one that Halo. And in fairness, he's criticized both Xbox very hard. Halo was handled with second disgrace. Microsoft should be ashamed of themselves. People need to be fired instead of that. So I should agree. I should agree. And then he talked about how Jim Ryan's element. He was kind of like, look, for anyone to think that developers going to come in there and make an inferior version purposely on your console is his words were quoting him asinine. He said, you know what, it's asinine. So again, the politics in play here, and I start to see that I will leave to the courts to see how that plays out. Because I don't know having the right way to handle that. Because I do understand both sides.
Yeah, it's something that they're going to install at some point, but obviously bigger fish to fry at this moment. Last Jim Ryan quote, this one's insane. He claimed that publishers hate Game Pass. And I think that's a pretty tall statement because if there's one that's clear, like Take-Two's been very anti-Game Pass. And I want to clarify that there's a certain company Xbox is like to acquire that also doesn't favorable on Game Pass. And said it under oath in the courtroom. Which company is that? Let's hear from Bobby Kotick, shall we? Quote, I have a general aversion to the idea of multi-game subscription services. Maybe part of it is being in Los Angeles and having large, big media companies move their content to these subscription streaming services, and the business results have suffered. He then went on to say he has no plans to put Call of Duty on these services, which would include Game Pass. That Activision has, quote, experimented with a few streaming services, end quote, but that he doesn't plan to make other titles available on them moving forward. That said, Kotick is open to reevaluating the subscription services later on. He then reaffirmed his stance with a relatively damning statement, quote, generally speaking, I don't believe that a multi-subscription service for games is the best way to enable players to make their investment. I don't agree with the idea of a multi-game subscription service as a business proposition going forward, but we, being Activision Microsoft, can agree to disagree. End quote. So, Jim kind of getting fortified by the company being purchased by Xbox, saying like, pretty much, hey, we want our golden parachute, then we're fucking out of here. Y'all can do what you want with the games after. And I worry about talent retention, given that what's happening here in this major transition is obviously you want that talent alongside the IP. You want to make sure you maintain all of that. That's excluding first party coding, but publishers apparently hate Game Pass. Meanwhile, you got Ubisoft floating around it. Apparently, you got EA Play directly integrated in there. THQ is rumored to be selling their entire library to Xbox for Game Pass. Of course, the indies are very celebratory of it, and I find this an interesting argument, non-existent one of that, because I think most companies love Game Pass. So you win either way. If you have a struggling game, Game Pass day one. Make up some of the cards up front. It's multiplayer, Game Pass day one. You got the built-in player base. If you're having great sales, and then your long tail is starting to dry up, you go to Game Pass and get more revenue, and you get another bump there. I just feel like it works both short and long term for these companies. Beyond what we talk about with bleeding money through Game Pass, whether or not it's generating an actual profit, like Xbox has claimed before, what we see here is an industry that likes going to Game Pass because at the bare minimum, the corporate reality is it's free cash for some of these games that are already existing and making money. It's like, oh, now that we have this, let's say Hogwarts Legacy, we've sold tens of millions of copies. It's time for Game Pass. Give us $10 million, please. Thank you. Like, that's it. Because we have the big problem. Oh, we don't need you. We don't need you at all. We can just keep selling the games. Don't you want us in our service? I think it gives publishers and developers such a strong arm at the table that they can kind of choose their own fate here, and especially because, let's say, indie developers. But Kai, your thoughts on the nature of Game Pass for both Bobby Kotick and Jim Ryan and apparently other publishers?
Surprising. I will say there is truth to the big guy, the very big guy. When I say big guy, it's very small. Activision, all of the we saw what is coming to some number. Some stuff leaked out that they supposed to have. You see? Oh, it's this guy. So we already gonna get to that. Why do I even that? I just show up, everything is done. I'm right here to find this great. So look, you know, I get it if you're Activision. If you're T2, it's cheating around 7, right? There is one number currently right now that Game Pass and Xbox can give you that's going to satiate those sales at all. If they lose you, no, not mess with you. Now, it may be later in the cycle of the game, or a B-level title, right? But we're not sure about you. Hello. Hello, right? Excellent. Outriders or certain other people, things we're not sure about, right? So that's what this, again, this hate Game Pass stuff. I gotta be honest, like, Maddie, it just feels like a lot of hateful rhetoric for people who have an agenda against them. And the reality is we have the metrics, we have the facts. If this was the case, EA Play would not be in Game Pass. You know what I'm saying? If we actually really saw these are big publishers in Game Pass, all these people making deals with even Square Source and Game Pass, this kind of things of that nature. So we're not going to do this narrative of everybody is. Please tell us this list of all the people you spoke to that hate, because the majority outweigh your one or two that may not like it. And that's the thing, and again, we just gotta stop this. I understand what Jim is trying to do for the case.
What he said afterwards.
And the thing, probably Bob actually gonna be a wild card. He out to get his belt quarter past you, however he do. He's the most exciting thing in this case for me. Because he ain't got nothing to lose. He ready to take everybody down. That's how I was going.
He's not gonna get $3 billion out of this no matter what. That's fair.
You're not messing with Bobby, man. If I gotta sled to each one of y'all gonna get some Bobby. I'm here for Bobby. This is the entertainment part of it. He's fantastic right now. He's slandering everybody. But yeah, that's I don't like this because what it is, Jim is very intelligent. He knows this type of talk leads into his base. And this whole devaluation stuff, I don't buy any of that. It's all part of the song and dance of this game. So that's what I mean.
Yeah. Certainly I don't think it would have gone this far. It was leading that much. People hated it as much. Here's one that got a lot of talk. We discussed it briefly last week, and we waited for the official receipts. We have them now. Matt Booty says in 2019 that Microsoft could extend Sony out of the business. Here it is, the exact email from December 17, 2019. Thanks for sharing. A lot to digest here. We'll read it in detail. A different view to the general view below might be that we, Microsoft, are in a very unique position to be able to go spend Sony out of business. I think that if we think that video game content matters in 10 years, we might look back and say, totally would have been worth it to lose $2 billion or $3 billion in 2020 to avoid a situation where Tencent, Google, Amazon, or even Sony have become the Disney of games and own most of the valuable content. For example, it is practically impossible for anyone to start a new video streaming service at scale at this point. What content do you base it on? Things like Hulu and CBS All Access. The trivial players in this space, in games, Google is 3 to 4 years away from being able to have its video up and running. Amazon has shown no ability to execute on game content, which that is an evergreen ass statement, bro. That guy was hot. Content is the one moat that we have in terms of a catalog that runs on current devices and the capability to create new. Sony is the really only other player who could compete with Game Pass, and we have a 2-year and 10 million subs lead. So by that point, they had 10 million subs, so that's a little fun fact. In the reverse course on day and date, it's going to be hard to convince folks that things like Mixer or xCloud would have much a chance of surviving scrutiny either. Very interesting email. Now, I don't think this plays into the overall decision being made because, well, I view it as a man observing the reality that could be, and they didn't take an action into place that then tried to move PlayStation out of the business. More so saying, we are in a unique position where we have so much money, we could body other players out of the industry. So I found that interesting, that it is real. Email impact is real. That movie did say they could spend Sony out of the business, and then went into detail on why they're really making these types of purchases. That they're willing to lose money in the opening years because they need to own content now. Because much like other streaming services that are starting late, when they don't have content, they lose right out the gate. So, board acquisition. This is all you once more. What do you think?
Look, this is the big one, right? And it's where everyone's going crazy about it. This is how I look at it. This is how I look. In fans, I try to be as fair as I can, both sides. And I am concerned, even though I do think this statement is extremely true. And I do think that it coincides with what I've been saying, which is you have to own if the long play is to perform on the subscription service. You have to own if you need to feed the beast. You can't have multiple 2022 years of no star football and no first party lineup and game development. He himself has said 4 to 5 years minimum now. And these games, we see how much they cost. So look, I get it. I do think, because again, I don't know how this court and this proceeding views it. So if they say, yo, you see? Aha, we got them. They trying to get us out of here. They're going to buy up everything. And it could be that type of energy. I don't know. We do have full context, which does explain it in the statement more. But I will say this. I still think about how much we go to fix happen in the next week or whatever. Yeah. But this could be used as a factor against them. I don't know where the weight of this is. You know what I'm saying? They could highlight this in red. If they kind of go another way. But I do agree with Matthew's overall statements. I think no lies were told. I think that you have to invest. You have to. People always say, we want Xbox. I just don't like them in the Xbox One generation. They finally get the okay from higher ups to invest in this specific service model. And now people are mad, but not like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, that's not how it works. Like, it's a sleeping giant. They're not utilizing the resources. Yeah, should they be buying everything? No, of course, there's got to be checks and balances or something. But if you're going to do this, look at them. Tencent, Google, Amazon, and they rightfully have Sony as a compounder. These are the people you're playing against. So if you take it seriously and utilize your cloud infrastructure in conjunction with this service, you gotta invest now so you be ahead of it. Short-term sunken cost loss versus long-term gain. And then it could be the fact that we're in this thing. So yeah, we'll see if this gets how it gets.
And then in fairness, he's saying exactly what we've all been saying for a while. It's just a man in the head of Xbox seems to be his position, recognizing it as well, which is that you've said on Defining Dukes as the purchase that this is when Activision was purchased, that this is a company that can outspend PlayStation every day of the week, and we did say that PlayStation should watch how involved they get with blocking Activision, because if the deal does get blocked, I personally fear for the opposite end of things, where I know people are worried about how many companies they're going to buy. I fear for when Xbox starts being told, alright, it's PlayStation's game we gotta play, right? We gotta just buy everyone. Pretty much. We gotta buy respective games. Okay, got it. We're gonna go do that. Because then they could just do what PlayStation like certain games for Xbox fans and just be like gathering all the riches and just erecting a wall, building a moat, saying, come on, come get the fortress, right? So that's how I'm looking at things here, where, as you said, no lies were told, and we know what this is going to be, and it's almost like, let us conduct our, as Christian Cage said, keep quiet while we conduct our business.
No. That's a good one. That's actually a good one. But that's how it's going to play out. Move up.
Elder Scrolls 6, according to Phil Spencer, is 5+ years away. Oof. That hurts. That hurts. There's still not a conversation on exclusivity, gonna make it exclusive or not. They're like, oh, I don't know, we haven't really made a decision yet, but in an email, Phil did say, I made it clear that we are PlayStation, so we have a pretty good feeling that this is gonna be an exclusive game to be so dumb about the first exclusive after all this time. But, nonetheless, 5+ years away. I'm gonna sound like a broken record. This is the worry I have with Xbox getting involved with these companies, because they're not ameliorating situations that need assistance. Elder Scrolls, and yes, put them on the list, Starfield, all three will absolutely need studios that come in and work on this IP if you want to keep it alive and well. I'm not talking put them on a schedule, every 5 years we need a Fallout game, although I think that makes a lot of sense. I'm not saying you gotta turn it into a workshop, it's gotta happen. But we're talking about I was a junior in high school, 16, 17 years old when Skyrim hit, making my first Mr. Matty Rare Weapon and Armor Guide videos. I'm gonna be in my mid-30s when this shit comes out. Are you for real? You're thinking this is unacceptable. No franchise that has 5 entries should ever go this long. And I get it, we gotta have Todd Howard's hand in it. This is where spin-offs, they matter. Go make an Elder Scrolls RTX. Figure it out. You got the IP, you got the relations. This is where I worry a bit, because I think that this is something that needs to be fixed ASAP. We're talking almost 2030. And Elder Scrolls V Skyrim came out in 2011. I fear for Bethesda Game Studios strictly because it's in that Kingdom Hearts 3 position of low wait has been so long that no matter what, I can't imagine you delivering on the level of hype that's sitting behind this game. Because Skyrim has been rooted in culture for over a decade. Everyone knows Skyrim. Your grandma knows Skyrim. And now Elder Scrolls 6 is going to come around. You better be ready to show out with that next-gen creation of goodness. But point being, Connor, this is problematic. This is deeply problematic that we're talking 5+ years with, again, potentially no Elder Scrolls game. And normally I really rate Fallout. I love Elder Scrolls, but normally I'm ready to ring it off fun. It's in the same boat, by the way. It's in the same boat. But any thoughts on the 5+ year wait for ES6?
What?
I mean, it hurts to read. It hurts to read. Question. How much I love this thing. This is tough. This is tough because this is where we,
What happened?
in my opinion, we skirt the line of
Capcom.
wanting what we want kind of gets into evil Microsoft, but we don't want evil Microsoft. So it's a tough one, right? Because letting them operate on their own accord gets them in the building and it keeps them with their creative freedom, and they're happy and they're getting their resources. I can make Starfield, right? So who's to say? Look, God, we know wanted to make Starfield, right? Right. I'm with you on the business standpoint that not having a Fallout and an Elder Scrolls this generation from a number